there's an anger that exists in this collective that is really old, and you carry it with you. And we'll talk about that. I've got a whole channel that came through about that. We'll talk about that in a second, but just so you know kind of who I'm speaking to here, something might have happened recently in your home or within a relationship, in a family home, that I think was triggering. It's almost like it's like when a pot boils and then you just leave it there and you go back and either it's boiled over, or another image that I have coming to mind is that there's just no water left, and either situation is very damaging for the vessel. And it seems like that's something that happened. And I think I'm speaking to this collective kind of in the aftermath of that. So let's talk about this channel that I received. The anger that you carry with you, what I'm seeing is like a series of events that happened in your childhood that may have been deemed normal. It was like a normal part of the experience, right? It was unfair and you had emotional experiences as a kid, but I'm seeing some really weird stuff. It's like the images that I'm getting are empty. So you might have been silenced in these situations or like in another room, but there's like a hollowness to these images and it's only coming in like snapshots. And maybe that's also speaking to your memory. Maybe there's been like big gaps in your memory or dissociative episodes in your life. But as you grew into adulthood, you started to realize just how deeply unfair some situations and circumstances were in your life and how poorly you were treated and all these things. And it just kind of turned into this like it's like a flame right here that you walk with. And because you walk with it, other people know that it exists as well. And whether or not it's come out, it's just something that you carry with you. And that's not abnormal, right? I'm not criticizing or saying you need to do any work around that. That's normal. I think most women have that, and if you're a man, most men have it too, right? And anyone in between. But the situation that I'm seeing here is kind of like that, the way that anger comes out, I'm seeing like smoke, and so it kind of extends through your life and through your home. And then next thing you know, nobody can breathe, And I think that's like what happened here. I think that you have been woken up to, or maybe a mirror was shown to you about like a longer term thing that's transpired in your life that just suffocated you or began to suffocate you and the people around you. That's really difficult. But I see you being held here in a way that is actually really encouraging and really, really precious. So we're going to talk about like this kind of healing and what it's going to look like going forward. The tarot cards I have in front of me, Temperance, the Lovers, the Hermit, okay? And then the Knight of Cups with the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The way that you're moving, because I don't think that this is the first time that situation has happened. Like, I think this might be a cycle. And so I'm also hearing like it probably will not be the last time, like this is just something that you carry with you that you're going to be working with throughout your life. I feel like I'm talking to like my BPD bipolar baddies and like, manic pixie dream girl, like collective, like, there's something about, I reposted a video recently that's like, everybody cares about mental health until you start acting like your symptoms. It's that, like, this is post crazy, post war, post episode, type of stuff. And whoever you have in your life, there's something about this that's deeply sobering for you, and whoever witnessed this is allowing space for adaptability and like flexibility. There's room for peace. So you're being held in a way that I think that you maybe did not anticipate. The Hierophant. There's some kind of like sacred duty that exists in that you feel in you, and I think the people around you feel in them as well toward you, that I don't think necessarily even has anything to do with you. There's somebody here around you who I'm hearing has been woken up to a value system. They've been woken up to a really important set of morals or values that maybe they didn't experience before. I feel like Neptune in Aries has a huge like role in whatever this awakening is, because it certainly feels like an awakening. High Priestess with the Hierophant, that's a complementary pair. So this is a deep-seated sense of purpose that may not be articulated, but the way that so walk with me here, because the way that it's manifesting in your life is like, you are going to be cared for in a way that you have never experienced. You are going to, like, this is a rectification of all of that shit that I described about your childhood. It's like I'm hearing Saturn's gift so you must have done a lot of work on yourself. You know, this is a gift for you. The moon. I also want to point out it's raining outside, and the weather lately has been really crazy. And like, it's been rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. And I think that that's kind of, I don't know, it plays a role here. So the moon, the 3 of Cups, Justice, 8 of Cups. This is something that I think we are dealing with internally, you know, you and the people around you, but purposefully not externalizing it. There's an element to this reading that is just saying, like, yeah, everybody knows how heavy this is. Everybody knows how serious this is, but there's a protection of the environment that I think is really, really important for you and everyone involved. So I think that maybe this reading is just a validation. If you're kind of wondering, like, what's going, 10 of Cups. If you're wondering what's going on in the heads or the minds of people around you, they understand the gravity of the situation. And there's a kind of curiosity here that I think is really, really sacred and important in holding you and understanding you. And it's something I'm hearing you've craved for years, something you've craved for a long time. People who are curious about how to care for you, people who want to know what's right for you. Wow, I'm getting all major arcana, like, for the most part. Judgment, the Hanged Man, the Star. This is something that I think has kept you in suspension in your life for a long time. Maybe it's just felt like you were, like, beholden to this anger, or you were like a slave to this anger, and it seemed to echo outside of you, like kind of forcing other people to be slave to that anger as well. But fear, fear is, I did not mean to say that. I was going to say the Fool. So the channel that I have coming through about that, the fear is no longer a factor. The fear of, I'm hearing, like, punishing the people around you for what they didn't do. You know, I think that this is a very self-aware collective. Y'all have definitely been through some mental health. Y'all probably have been in the Grippy Sock Hotel a couple of times. Like, you know, me and you both, baby. Like, this is, I get it. Like, I'm not right there with you. And I think that this is, you know, this is a whole new start, where, you know, maybe we don't have to go back to the Grippy Sock Hotel, right? Maybe in the past, yeah, the world, the 2 of Swords and 9 of Pentacles, there's still something about you. I think maybe there's grief here, or you feel bad. Hang on just a second. So I want you to be aware that that grief and that shame that you've been holding on to is going to perpetuate this cycle. It's going to restart this cycle. As of now, I have the World, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. That is what is being created for you. An environment wherein that can be sustainably embodied, right? You do not have to, I'm hearing you don't have to go back, right? You do not have to go back to this pattern of behavior. You have an awareness now that is not shame-based, and even though you might be experiencing shame in this moment, this should be a message of encouragement that you are not beholden to that shame. And why I'm feeling so convicted in that is because of this 5 of Swords energy. It is still there. You know, it is present, and it is yours to care for. You know, that shame and that guilt and that understanding of I mean, it's good. It's a level of accountability, right? Like, I think that shame is a really important experience that we should have because it holds us accountable to our behavior, but allowing it to fester in situations like this the smoke is gonna fill the house again, dude. You know, so that self-awareness, I want you to see it as sacred. Shame is not meant to be a weapon. Rather, I think we can use it as something that is reflective. What are we feeling shamed about, and what can we extend nourishment to as a remedy for that shame? You see, this is a very purifying experience that you've had, and going forward, it can be all daisies, baby. It can be all good, all rainbows and sunshine, but that is on you. Your softness is on you, babe. Good job.